everybody, it's Sam at Mixed Up Craft. Thanks for watching my tutorial today. I'm going to be showing you my number 4 of my Daisy Week, and this is this really sweet Matchbox little gift box, and then you open it and it just slides out, and I've just got a little sentiment in the middle there that says "You make my heart smile," and on the top it says "The best love story is the one you write together," and that's just with gold heat embossing powder. So I made this one for myself to start with, and it's just a little keepsake box to have in my craft room, just to keep anything in really, or I might pop it in my bedroom with little keepsakes in and stuff like that. I don't know yet, but the Matchbox was kind of what started it off, which I'd already thought about a while ago, and then when I started to think about doing my Daisy Week, I thought about incorporating it into that. So I've added my daisies all over the top, plastered it with them, and I think it's turned out really well. I made the little kind of, I don't know what that's called on the side of a matchbox, the bit where you obviously light the match, like the flint or something, I guess it is, I don't really know. But I used that by just grabbing my, it was a really old brown pigment ink, which is actually, it was a good job I used it for this, because it was when the inks get right to the end and they almost start to disintegrate, it had gone like that, and I turned it upside down and I rubbed it across the paper, and it just all kind of fell out and turned into like a cigar. It all rolled together. It was very odd, and it was just falling apart in my hands, but I just smeared it all across the white paper, and it's kind of given, produced this quite nice effect, and it went really well for the use that I needed it for, obviously for the side of the Matchbox. So really pleased with how this has turned out. It's a really nice size. It measures once together, so along here it's 6 5/8 by 3 3/8, and then it's 1 1/4 in depth. So it's it's a nice size there, you can see. So it slides out from both sides exactly like a matchbox, which is what I wanted. So let's crack on and make this one. So for this you are going to need 2 pieces of my favourite brown card, and these measure, the big piece for the box measures 11.5 by 8 1/4, so it's an A4 piece of card just cut down slightly to the 11.5 inch. And then you need this piece of card which will form the case, and this is 10 inches by 6.5 inches. Then you will need all your bits and pieces to make this one. So this next box I'm doing, I'm actually going to do it as a birthday gift box, because I've got somebody that I'd like to give this one to. So I've already heat embossed a little sentiment there with happy birthday on it, and this was just with 2 of my rectangle stitched framelits, so that's straightforward. This is this brown paper that I dyed myself, as I mentioned just before, but you could use any brown card. Ideally I did want to stamp it, and I had quite a cool stamp, but it was about that big, and obviously I needed something that was this big, and to get it lined up was just too difficult, so this was my alternative in the end, which I'm happy with. Then you need a piece of card for the inside here. So this yellow piece is going to be my sentiment, so when you slide it open it says hooray. This piece here measures at 5 7/8 by 2 3/4. Then the white card for that to sit on, just to give it a nice little border. This measures at 6 1/4 by 3 1/8 of an inch. And then this yellow piece is for the top of the case, so what all these daisies are on, they're on this yellow piece of card. The reason why I put this in is because when I started doing it, when they were on top of the brown, it didn't look quite right, it just didn't work, so I added the yellow. So this piece is 6 1/4 by 3 1/8 of an inch. So I think that is everything. So first of all we'll start with scoring, so just pop all of that on. Oh, and the daisies, the main thing, the Daisy Week, how can I forget that? So I've been making, you can imagine how many of these I've been making, but I like doing it. Put a movie on, sit back, it's a glass of wine, it's fine. So you're going to need, so again, if any of you are just picking up this video and you've not seen the rest of my Daisy Week, this is this die set that I purchased online, and all the details and the links will all be in my blog and in the video description below the video. So you get these ones, and you get the little, I keep losing that tiny tiny piece. There's a little metal one like this to cut out this yellow bit here, but you get a large, a medium and a small, and then you get these 2 leaves as well with it. So for this one I have used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 large. No, is that a medium? Hang on a minute. 1, 2, 3. No, I think they're all. Yeah, so I've got 5 large, 3 medium and 4 small. But you can do anything you want. There is, again, no right or wrong. You might not want to put as many as I put on it. Now, the leaf one, I haven't really been using through this week. But I did want to add some green foliage on. But when I die cut these, it's a bit misleading because you think it's going to impress that kind of, effect on it, but it doesn't. It literally just cuts out this quite boring leaf shape, which is fine for some things, but I wanted something a bit more detailed, so I used my May Flowers framelits, and I just used this one here. So I have cut out all of these with just a really nice strong green colour. Okay, so lots of bits and pieces with this one for the decoration. So yeah, so if you want to get yourself ready, go and prep all of these bits and pieces, and then we can crack on. So let me just move all this out of the way and keep it all in order so I know what I'm doing. Don't lose bits. Right, okay, so grab your scoreboard and first of all scoring the 11.5 by 8.25 inch. Make sure we're all in there, okay. So you are going to score, so this is a straightforward reinforced box, so if you've done them before then you'll find this very straightforward and easy. So you're going to be scoring at 1.25 and 2.5, and you're just going to do that on each side. So again, rotate it, 1.25, 2.5, 1.25, 2.5, and 1.25, 2.5. Then grab your other piece of card, your 10 by 6.5 inch card, and along the 10-inch side you're going to be scoring at 3/4 inch, 2 1/8 inch, 5 3/8 inch, and 6 3/4 inch. Okay, so that's all scoring done. We can get rid of that. So now we will burnish all of our edges. So first of all I'll do this one here. That one, and then just burnish this piece. Okay, so first of all what we need to do here is some cutting. So first of all, if you have the 8.25 inch facing you and you've got the two, completely out of view then, there we go. We've got this kind of big square here with these 4 squares in the middle. Just want to, from the first score line, from the outside there, you just want to score all the way down to that second score line, and then cut that one out and just do a little notch on the end of that one. And then from that second score line, cut all the way down again to that one there, and then you're just going to cut that whole piece out. So what you're left with is this tab. I don't know why I'm holding my hand all the way up there. Is this tab. So again, just slightly corner those edges, just so it makes it easier to fold it all in. And again, that one there, and we had already done that one. So again, with this one facing you, so you're just going to cut all the way down to that second score line, and again all the way down, cut that one out, and cut that one out, and then just notch all of those edges. Okay, and then rotate it, so you should have that. And then rotate so you've got the other 8 1/4 inch side and do exactly the same. And then again, all the way down. And that last side, like so. So just get all that out of the way. Trying to keep things tidy as I go along. Okay, so if I just lie that down there, that is what you want to have at this point. So you can just pause the video if you need to, just to catch up, and that's where you want to be. Then just straightforward, actually what we do, because it was a bit easier, it will be easier, sorry, lying it flat, just turn it over. So obviously, if you're working with the same brown card, it's kind of, though you can tell what's it's a bit matte, a bit bland side, and then this is a bit shiny and nicer, so that's my outside. You want to grab your white piece of card and the smaller yellow piece that's going to sit inside that one, and this is just to put that sentiment there in the middle. You do it now while it's flat, it's just a little bit easier to kind of line it all up and get it in the centre, because I'd done mine when it was all together. Fortunately it was okay, but I just thought for the video, I think for some people it would be a bit easier if you just do it this way. So you just want to get a nice even border in that middle square with this white piece. And this is optional. I just thought it was quite a nice thing when when the box is empty or there's not a lot in there. It's just a nice thing to see at the bottom. I've got a few little gifts I'm going to put in this, so once all the gifts are taken out, they'll see this little hooray stamp, which was from the now discontinued Stamping Up celebration. So you got this free when you spent over, or it was a choice, you could choose from things, but I chose this stamp set as one of my freebies for when you spent over a certain amount of money. So that's that one there. Okay, then rotate it and flip it back on the other side again. Grab some good tacky glue, or you can use fuse, but I just love this high tack stuff. It is really, really good when it comes out. I think I'd need to take the edge off there. Yeah, hang on a minute, I just need to, there we go. And just apply it to the tabs. So just do 2 of the outer ones first, and then you just want to bring that tab in and bring up one of the sides and just stick it down so it's nice and straight. And the glue's a little bit more forgiving as well, because you've got that kind of time to move it around. I've found I've got myself in a bit of a pickle sometimes with fuses and the red tape. I love the red tape, but the amount of times that I've kind of stuck it slightly wrong and you just can't move it again, whereas at least with the glue you can lift it back up again and you can kind of slide it around. So it's my now chosen adhesive that I prefer working with. Okay, so like so, and then again these 2 outer bits here, just again apply the glue. There we go. And then, because this is a reinforced box, we've got all these tabs now that are facing upwards. Just grab again your glue and you just want to splodge it on that top inner side of the tab there, and then just fold that one in on the side, and grab your bone tool, and you can just really burnish that fold and just spread out all that glue. Like so, you get a really nice finish. And just do that on all of those 3 sides. Okay. And there is your tray for the Matchbox. Okay, so it's a really nice, super strong reinforced little tray there. So pop that to one side, and now we want to move on to the case. So what you want to do here is, again, with the front facing upwards, first of all we're going to stick down these 2 side panels, which are the flint or whatever it is. I don't know, I'm probably saying this completely wrong. it's the thing that you strike the match on. So I've already put some double-sided tape on the back of these here, and you just having a nice even border, just attach those to the, so this is the tab, this last one, that's the side, then the front or the back, and then the other side, and then the front or the back. And there are Matchbox boxes online. There's some really funny ones actually, all different sizes, mainly tiny little ones. I haven't seen anything this as big as I've done, but there's some really lovely little ideas, and some of the sentiments are great. I know that there's a wedding company, or probably lots of wedding companies that do them for favours for the guests, and they say you're a perfect match. Quite a good pun. So yeah, there's some lovely little things out there, but I just like this style box, thought it looked really nice. Okay, so you stuck those 2 down, so now with it still facing this way up, with this tab here, just apply some glue, fuse, whatever you've got, and then just want to fold that down and it will lie perfectly. And then you can just really spread all that glue out, make sure it's stuck down nicely. And there you have a really cool looking Matchbox. So your tray will now slide in really nicely, like so. There we go. So now it's just about decorating. So if you don't want to watch the rest of my video, you can stop it now if you want to go and decorate it. But if you do want to watch and see how I do it, which would be lovely because it is my Daisy week, then just push that one back out. It needs to kind of loosen it up a little bit. Then please stay tuned and carry on watching. So now I'm going to keep the tray in because that gives it a nice kind of base to lean against. So I'm going to literally copy the same way that I've put this one together. I didn't do any kind of pattern, I just kind of balanced the flowers out. So I've got a small one in the top corner there, I've put a small one in the bottom corner here, and so on, and like I've put 2 of the green leaves up there, I've put 2 down here. So just try and balance the patterns out when you do them. But I'm going to speed this little bit of the video up so you're not here watching me painstakingly do it, but you can just roughly see what I do. Okay. Actually, I forgot, you need to add that other yellow piece of card. So just quickly attach that on the top. Again, I've already put my double-sided tape on, and again just get a nice even border. You're not going to see this, so it was just purely so it didn't have that brown background with any of the gaps that you have from the flower. Okay, now I'm going to crack on and do my flowers. Okay, so there we go. I've put them all in place. Then all you need to do is grab your little sentiment and pop it on the top. Trying to get them all off. There we go. And just line it up and kind of get some of the petals sitting on it and stuff, just so it looks like it's kind of almost eaten by the. Make sure I've got it right in the middle. There we go. So just need to slip in the little green petals. Like I said, you can do these wherever you want. There's no right or wrong. Just try and balance them all out and just lift up the petals. Because once they're all down, you can lift all these daisies, all the little petals up, so it really kind of brings them to life. And then just kind of play with them all. And the little ones, they look great when you start lifting them all up. It really brings that box to life. So I'll put another one down here. And I always use all my scrap card for all these little bits. I've got, you know, loads of it everywhere, so you know, try not to use a whole brand new piece of card just for cutting out things like the foliage and stuff, because it's just such a waste. And that one didn't stick down very well. And also do different, you know, different shades of green. That always looks good. It doesn't have to all be the same colour. I just wanted to keep this kind of week and this theme very kind of similar. So it's the same white, the same yellow that I've used consistently, just to kind of give you an idea of just how much you can do with this die set, because it's lovely. And then the last one. And again, these are such pretty boxes to keep after, so I'm really, really pleased. There we go, and just play around with it. And there you have a really, really pretty daisy matchbox. There you go. Oh, love them. And I think that gold heating bossing there just really kind of sets it off as well, makes it really special. So there's that one from me. So I hope you enjoyed this one. I love them. I think they're really, really cool. Again, with that little detail on the side and stuff, just really does make them look like matchboxes. Please hit like if you did enjoy this video, and please subscribe to my channel to see more. Thanks for watching. Bye.